I've had some people ask about my work truck setup, so I figured I'd do a quick walk around. I probably won't go too in depth with this, but just a brief overview of it. This is a 2011 Isuzu MPR. It's got the 4-cylinder diesel. It's like 165 horsepower or something like that. I don't know. It's a 2011, so this is pre-def. No, thank you. This was a ARC thrift pickup truck. So ARC is like a thrift store, depending on where you're at. I don't know if you have them or not. So it's got sliding doors on both sides. This door doesn't operate. I have it blocked off, but this door over here does operate, and it makes it really nice to just jump in and grab something as you need it. And it's got the barn doors in the back, which is, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, but actually I really do. So these fold all the way open and then they lock open, but that leaves this nice and wide open for getting in and out. You do got to kind of get used to a big step, but I mean, if you're in the trades, then exercise doesn't hurt. So basic rundown, I do a little bit of everything. So like the proverbial jack of all trades. So I keep a little bit of everything in the truck all the time. Pack out's full of stuff. A lot of these are plumbing parts, screws, fasteners. I really like the GRK stuff. So I keep all those different sizes of GRKs in there. Roofing nails, white screws for cabinets, stuff like that. And then anchors. I got a Milwaukee socket set, which is pretty handy, and it stores away really nice, super thin. And then plumbing parts, pocket hole jig, plumbing fittings, 3/4 Pro Pet. It's all just, you know, whatever. This is some adapters that I made for the chop saw, caulking, more plumbing stuff. And then these drawers, these are all just like little hand tools. So I keep like router up in there, grinder, oscillating tool with a pack of blades on it, little stapler, and all that kind of stuff. Biscuit joiner. This is all kind of like safety PPE, vests, fall straps, just all kinds of whatever in there. This is kind of just drywall stuff, and this is all tile stuff. This is all like paint stuff, masking, paint buckets, odds and ends. Sawhorses here, big sawzall, which I don't use very often there, corded saw, which I don't use much, but it's there, and table saw that folds up in and out. Brooms make it super easy to grab. They're always right there. Dustpan's always right there ready to grab too, so you're not having to fondle around for it. Ladders are in here and they're strapped in. I just keep the strap kind of sort of loose so I can just grab them out real fast. Seems to work pretty well. This little section back here is electrical. This is all electrical wire, boxes, stuff like that, and then plumbing stuff down there. This is all the big corded stuff like hammer drills, laser level, big mixing drills, things like that. Always keep a dolly in here. All my drop cloths and everything are there. Big Milwaukee vacuum for cleanup. That's enough. There's enough drop cloths. These are the rugs we use all the time, so they're rubber based and then red. And we use these everywhere. So we got 3 of them, 3 different lengths, and then obviously drop cloths. Extension cords. This is kind of like the catch-all zone. I was going to build this out like with proper shelving and everything, but it actually turns out really nice to just have a section that you can just throw crap in. This box is 16 feet, so that was important to me that I had a 16-foot box so that I can slide full-length material in here. A lot of time I'm picking up base and crown molding and stuff like that that's super long, so it's really nice to be able to slide it all the way in. And then also this is greater than 4 feet, so I can get a full pallet in here. There's a lot of pallets. I've hauled engines on pallets. I've got concrete, floor leveler, thin set, you name it. Throw it on a pallet, put it in here, makes it super easy. And then trash can and the shop vac, those just stay put there. More tool stuff. This is all chargers, DeWalt chargers, just stuff I don't use real often. This is the saw that gets used probably the most. Belt sander. This is a cement board shears for tile work, and it's kind of easy to get disorganized because you get all these little pockets that you can just stuff things into. Like, I mean, I got like hammerheads and lights and pour, you know, these are all like glue guns and stuff like that. So it makes it easy to just throw stuff in it and get lost. But then when you clean everything up, you find it and you're like, oh, cool, I don't have to buy that again. That's awesome. Always keep trash bags up here, paper towels, my mixers, all the 2P10, use that stuff for freaking everything. Chop saw's up here. It's chained to the wall with just a carabiner. Just sitting in here, depends on how hard I'm driving the truck. This thing's landed on the floor a couple of times, so I put a chain up there. It doesn't go anywhere. Obviously, nail guns, drills, all the batteries. This makes it super easy to just find a battery that's dead, grab what you need. These are actually all, I thought I needed, oh yeah, there's a couple I need to charge. So usually once a week I'll throw all my dead batteries on a charger, and that gets me and another guy all the way through the week. And then this little build out, this is kind of like a Rompok inspiration deal. I just keep bits and blades and razor blades and jigsaw blades and knife blades, whatever, nails and staples, writing, frequent hand tools. This one gets used probably the most. It's like I'm always going through this drawer grabbing stuff, and then I have a supplement one down here. This is stuff I don't use very often but still need it. This is just dedicated electrical stuff. This is all the nails. I need to organize this better, but whatever I need's right there. Then a drawer of gloves and all that good stuff. Again, you know, plumbing parts, caulks and fillers, grinding blades. You know, you get the idea. Squares, pry bars, brushes, rollers, roller sleeves, a whole sanding drawer for all the sanding stuff, random clamps for stuff, drawer full of tape, and then all this miscellaneous stuff down there. I do have lights in here, so this is all just like LED rope light. So I keep my track saw tracks up here, so I've got 3 different lengths of those. Makes it pretty handy. I really need to find a more permanent place for the track saw, but just haven't got around to it. And underneath this is a little battery powered Milwaukee vac. Got all the levels there. And then the stuff that I grab the most is all right here. So I've got the DeWalt miter saw stand. That's what those little things up there go to. And then this is like the everyday carry thing. My tape measure goes on that, knife, couple of pencils, squares, hammers, blah, blah, blah. This is a little tent. We don't pull that out very often, but if it gets rainy out, we're doing trim or something, we'll pull that out. But anyways, that's basically it. It doesn't go very fast. I mean, I think I've seen it go 80. 80 is about as fast as I've seen it go. But in the city, it's great. It takes off quick from a stoplight. Gas mileage isn't the greatest. It's like 10 miles a gallon, which kind of sucks, but the convenience of it is really nice. I've had, the first year I was in business, I used my full-size pickup, and which is this monster. It's just long. It takes up a lot of space. So I used that, and then a box trailer. Box trailer was 12 foot, like 6 by 6 by 12. But when it was all together, man, it was super long. It was like 42 feet long. Maybe, yeah, a little longer than that. So the wheelbase on this is super short. Like the wheelbase on this is less than that pickup is. And you don't have this big nose sticking out in front of you. So pulling this in and out of residential areas is awesome, because you can just, manipulate it and get, I mean, you can parallel park this thing in between cars if you really wanted to. So that's the truck. Does the job. If I were to do it again, I don't know if I would change anything. I'd probably change some of the organization in the truck a little bit, but that's probably it. Organization's one of those fluid things, right? You organize it with what you got, and then 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, you got totally different stuff. So then you got to reorganize it all as you go. So, but this setup works well for me, and hopefully it gives some insight to somebody else. If anybody wants to see more information on like how I done things, let me know. And I'll be happy to kind of show you what I've done. Oh, I know somebody's going to ask. These drawers, so they're not on slides or anything, but there's a little screw under there, and then there's a little detent. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can't really see it. There's a little detent right there that those little screw heads drop into. That's a Ron Paulk thing again. And I still get these drawers that like pop open a little bit every once in a while, but most of the time they stay shut. I think the biggest thing I get, this all stays pretty much in place. Even if I hit a curb or something there. This is like a Home Depot. They're called Tornadoes. Little Home Depot deal. And these all stay in place for the most part. What I do lose probably the most is these drop cloths that will vibrate off and fall down, and then you go to lunch and leave this thing unhooked and these ladders are laying over on their side. But other than that, everything here stays pretty much where you put it, which is really nice. So anyways, hope that helps. Ask any questions if you have any questions.